NFL midseason. Top 5 games of the first half and top 5 matchups yet to come. As the NFL season hits the halfway point, it's time to reflect on the most memorable games of the year so far and the exciting matchups still on the horizon. From jaw-dropping performances to unexpected upsets, here's a breakdown of the top games and the crucial contests still to come in the second half of the 2024 season. Top 5 games of the first half. Week 3. Commanders 38. Bengals 3-3. Jayden Daniels' arrival party. This Monday night game became the stage for Jayden Daniels to announce himself as a star. The rookie quarterback was nearly perfect, completing 21 of 23 passes for 254 yards and 2 touchdowns, while also adding a rushing touchdown. The Commanders scored on every possession except for the kneel down before the half. And Daniels' 27-yard touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin to seal the game was the signature moment of his season, until he topped it later in the year. Week 5. Falcons 36. Buccaneers 30, OT. A wild Thursday night thriller. This Thursday night game was full of twists and turns, culminating in a walk-off overtime touchdown by the Falcons. Kirk Cousins had a career-high 509 yards in the win. But it was the Falcons' wild rally to force overtime with a field goal as time expired that made this game unforgettable. The victory shifted the balance of power in the NFC South. Week 5. Ravens 41. Bengals 38, OT. A battle of QB greatness. In what was one of the most thrilling games of the season, Joe Burrow threw for 392 yards and 5 touchdowns in a losing effort, while Lamar Jackson put up 403 total yards and threw for 4 touchdowns. The Bengals missed a game-winning field goal in overtime after a botched snap, and the Ravens capitalized with a long Derrick Henry run to set up the game-winning score. A memorable duel between two elite quarterbacks. Week 8. Commanders 18. Bears 15. The Hail Mary for the ages. While this game wasn't the prettiest to watch, the final play made it one of the most memorable of the season. With just seconds remaining, Jayden Daniels scrambled around and launched a 52-yard Hail Mary touchdown pass to Noah Brown for the win. The emotional and historic nature of that play, in a game where both teams had struggled, ensured that it would be remembered for years to come. Week 9. Rams 26. Seahawks 20, OT. A wild fourth quarter and overtime drama. Geno Smith had a game to forget, throwing 2 interceptions inside the Rams' 10-yard line in the fourth quarter, including one returned over 100 yards for a touchdown. But the Seahawks fought back, tying the game with less than a minute left. In overtime, Matthew Stafford hit a clutch 39-yard pass to Demarcus Robinson, who made a one-handed grab to set up the game-winning touchdown. This game had everything, from wild turnovers to clutch moments. Top 5 matchups yet to come. Week 11. Washington at Philadelphia. Can the Commanders hold on to NFC East lead? The Commanders are surprisingly in first place in the NFC East, and to stay there, they'll need to take down the Eagles. This Thursday night game could be pivotal in determining whether Washington's meteoric rise under Jayden Daniels is for real or just a flash in the pan. The rematch in Washington later in the season will also be a key showdown. But this early test in Philadelphia could be critical for both teams. Week 11. Kansas City at Buffalo. A must-win for the Bills' playoff hopes. The Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills have become postseason rivals, with the Bills repeatedly falling short against Kansas City in the playoffs. After the heartbreak of last year's postseason loss, Buffalo needs to win this game if they want to have a shot at securing home field advantage for a potential rematch in the playoffs. Both teams are still in the hunt for a top seed, making this an essential game in the AFC race. Week 15. Buffalo at Detroit. Super Bowl preview? Both the Buffalo Bills and Detroit Lions are among the top contenders in the NFL. And this game could be a preview of a potential Super Bowl matchup. Josh Allen has been playing at an MVP caliber level, while the Lions' offense under Jared Goff has been nearly unstoppable. With both teams eyeing deep playoff runs, this game could go a long way in determining playoff positioning and potential Super Bowl aspirations. Week 17. Tie, Kansas City at Pittsburgh. Baltimore at Houston. Christmas Day drama. The NFL has scheduled 2 major matchups on Christmas Day that could impact playoff seeding. Kansas City at Pittsburgh is a high-stakes game for the Steelers, who are surprisingly still in the playoff race. Can they keep up with the Chiefs? Baltimore at Houston will feature a thrilling QB matchup between Lamar Jackson and rookie C.J. Stroud, who has been one of the breakout stars of the season. It's possible that these games will determine the number 1 seed in the AFC, with implications that will stretch into the postseason. Week 17. Detroit at San Francisco. NFC showdown for the number 1 seed. The Detroit Lions have been one of the most impressive teams of the first half of the season, and they'll face a San Francisco 49ers team that could still make a Super Bowl run despite their current struggles. This game could determine the number 1 seed in the NFC, which would be huge for Detroit's Super Bowl hopes, especially after last season's NFC Championship game loss to the 49ers. With both teams fighting for playoff positioning, this one could have major ramifications for the postseason. Conclusion. The first half of the 2024 NFL season has been filled with unforgettable moments. From Jayden Daniels' rise to the Commanders' shocking success, to dramatic games with late-game heroics and playoff implications. As we look ahead, the second half promises even more excitement, with matchups like Kansas City at Buffalo and Detroit at San Francisco potentially shaping the path to the Super Bowl. Whether it's the NFC East battle between Washington and Philadelphia or the Christmas Day doubleheader, the stage is set for a thrilling conclusion to the regular season.